Welcome, welcome, welcome back, everyone. Back to Instructions for Humanity. I got so many visions last night. I didn't sleep at all last night. All the information was just pouring in. And oh, reverb. What's going on? Okay. Sorry about that, guys. The mic is on. So, guys, this is going to get very deep and it's about to get real because there's only two forces here, good and evil. Good, what you call God, you take one of the O's away and we call that God, or evil, we put a D on that and we call that the devil. Make no mistake about it, this is an energetic game. God and the devil are energies. And to be honest with you, something's not clean when it comes to Charlie's passing. And I saw it all last night, and it looks like the devil energy is at it yet again. I'm going to allow some of you guys to come in here. I know came in here at a weird time, right in the middle of the day. But what I saw last night was very intricate. So we're going to talk about this being spiritually opening the Epstein files. And I was able to see that last night, and I saw it come through like a maze. And it's a whole network. And this is why things are so chaotic. And this is what we're going to talk about. When you come in here, go ahead and put a like on the video, subscribe to the channel, and go ahead and click on all notification bells. Now, hopefully, you guys will be able to come in because the title is not necessarily YouTube friendly, but nevertheless, it is the truth. It is the truth. So I'm going to give you guys some time to come in here. I'm going to start grounding into the energies. And so, what I want to do with this message, I'm going to tell you what I saw last night. Charlie's involved, Trump's involved, Epstein, celebrities are involved, Beyonce's involved, everyone's involved. I'll tell you, explain to you all of what I saw. I'm going to ground myself into the energy so we can get a really good connection because, in truth, guys, until we understand that it has always been us against them. And truly, it's not really us against them when we remove their lie. When we remove the lie, the whole operation falls down, and then you get misted, and then you can see clearly. And that's what I'm here for. We're here to see clearly. And the world is a stage. And this is nothing more than Hollywood at it again. This is the OG Hollywood. You have to know that. The OG Hollywood, it comes even from beyond this earth plane. It was actually brought here. It's nothing more than, higher dimensional beings looking down and spying on the ones of us that can't see, keeping us inside of a fishbowl. I'm here to get us out of the fishbowl. But in order for us to swim out of the fishbowl, we're going to have to know the truth. We're going to have to reject the lies, reject the fear, because they told you that you could not swim outside of water. Well, I'm here to tell you that the water and the spirit consciousness that you need to survive outside and independent of their system is all within you. So we can absolutely get out of the fishbowl. And this is what Instructions for Humanity, DNA Instructions for Humanity, allows us to do. Okay. So welcome in, everyone. Welcome in, Sister Carolyn. And please put a like on the video. Let me ground into some energies. And then we got to really get into this because it gets deep. It really does get deep. Okay. I'm gathering some messages. So just give me a moment. Okay. I'm going to come back to that. I think it's very important for me to start building this to show you what I saw. I did not sleep at all last night. One thing about this channel, if you're new to this channel, let me explain to you how this works. You're not coming into an average space as a YouTuber. What you're coming into is you're coming into an environment with someone that holds source codes. What are source codes? Source codes are what we can call either dormant DNA or even junk DNA that now through either situations or epigenetics is now being expressed. Those are coming up to the surface from the subconscious, super subconscious to my conscious mind. And I work through the source codes, allowing me to help humanity free ourselves on a multidimensional level, free ourselves from these collective traumas and karmic templates, ancestral strongholds, and all of the sorts of things. So I hold the codes, I live it out in my own life, and then I bring it here and deliberate. So this is what we're walking into. So what we have walked into this week with the passing of Charlie Kirk, what we've truly walked into, guys. Now this is what Source said. This is part of the knowing. One of my strongest gifts is clear cognizant. What that means is you have a strong knowing. You may not know how you know, but you know because what it is, it's a soul remembrance, right? So, one of the things that came into my field of awareness last night while I was kind of in and out of sleep is that Charlie was set up, guys. So, as I was talking about the esoteric assassination, you have to understand that he was absolutely set up, and he was set up by people who he trusted, by people who he thought he was working for or that he looked up to, right? And so, I'm going to give you a backstory on him. You see, like Charlie or hate him, Charlie thought he was doing the right thing. And in fact, Charlie's message, how he stood in that, he was willing to die on that mountain, right? And essentially, I guess he did. But it gets bigger than that because Charlie was a pawn in the game. Charlie was getting too close to what both sides of the elites were hiding, which is within these files. He was getting too close to that. And because of that, because if he would have really dove in there and truly, truly saw everything for what it was, Charlie had a certain posture that even if it went against the people he looked up to in politics, he would have still spoken about it. They knew that. So they kept him ignorant so that he could be a piece on the board. He was always a sacrificial lamb. He had not yet risen into being a main player because in order to be a main player on this main stage, you have to be working for both sides. This is what you have to understand. He wasn't that. And so he knew too much and he got too close to certain information. And this is the outcome. And I also said he was what? This is Trump's energy field. When you enter into someone else's field, like if you get married, right? Now you guys are commingling in each other's field. This is how you can get that person's generational curses or they can get yours, or that person's energy or that person's karma could play out on you and vice versa. See, the thing about it, he was commingled in with certain Republicans, not just Trump's energy. And so because he was not in total alignment, they're playing both sides. Charlie was only playing one side and he became a casualty of war. And this is just what Source has said. So that's the first thing you have to know. He was getting too close. Okay. So what I saw last night is a very, very multi-dimensional network. And I believe that source was showing me into the EP files. Do you know what I mean? Very, very multi-dimensional network. It extended underground. It extended through politicians, celebrities, musicians, movie stars, television, elites, elitists, aristocrats, you name it. What you must know, what we're looking at is a whole stage play. So what the EP files has in it, it's literally the list of the cast members. That's what this Earth School is. When you come in here, you got a list of cast members. Oh, I'm playing myself and I'm neurotic and I'm fun loving. I like long walks on the beach. I got this soul playing my sister or my brother, my cousin, my love partner. We're looking at a cast. When we zone out in this template, we're looking at cast members. The Epstein files is the cast members that has been casting our, so to speak, reality down to us. None of this has been real, and none of this has been about God. You have to know that, because God is an energy that lives inside. Energy can't be created nor destroyed. Therefore, it is infinite. Therefore, it came before even biblical texts. It came before even Christianity. It was always here and always with you. And what they do is they pull on that. That's one of the components of keeping you subdued within the fishbowl. They play on that and then they add layering. So they're adding ingredients in to confuse you. When in fact, when you just remove all of the noise and stand within the God frequency within yourself, you can see the power and you will get dimisted within the eyes and you can see clearly. And the energies at the end of an age is supporting this right now. You have to know that. When I talk about going the new age, guys, I think people think I'm talking about new age, like new age religion. No, an age is a time, a period of over 2,100 years. This is what I am talking about. At the end of this time period, this age, a portal opens and we get to look down into the fishbowl and see everything that has happened. And just like good stewards of God energy, which we are, we start to say, hey, I'm looking at that. I don't like that. Oh, I could have did that a little better. Oh, that time period, that wasn't one of my best time periods, right? And we're looking at it as a whole within the Akashic soul body, right? That we all share. And we're saying we got to make some changes. We better clean a few of these templates up, because when this thing closes, our energy gets now birthed into a new age, which is a new time period that lasts for about 2,100 years. This is what I'm talking about when I talk about age. And every age time period is ruled by a energy. And so when these portals open up, this is when we do our work, because in truth, we're on a cosmic time clock. And this is when it's more easily to receive and to release and to transmute and all of that. So you have to know that this is what's going on. So the reason why now I can see into these files, because I've stood enough on what I know, even though people are saying, oh, you're going too far. No, no, no. I got out of the fishbowl and I learned that I could swim outside of the water, because I am the water. I have the water inside of me. I have the energy, frequency, vibration, spirit consciousness, substance of life. I have all of that, and you have all of that. And because I've gotten myself free from the fishbowl, I've been able to see now from the bird's eye view, from what they have been doing to humanity. And what we're looking at is a cast. The EP files is nothing more than a list of cast members who have been casting spells. When you change someone's view, when you change it just a little bit, you are now casting illusions. These are casting spells. So these celebrities and aristocrats and politicians and all of that, they are the ones casting your reality. You have not seen your reality yet, because you have not been in control to create it. because you've been in their fishbowl. That's what I'm saying, right? So it's a very intricate network. And the reason why there's a delay in it is because someone doesn't want it to get out, because in truth, everyone is on the cast. See, they are the cast. They are the cast members of this false reality. And we are the stars. They did the 1-2 switcheroo on us. We truly are the stars because we are the cosmic stardust. This is the true energy, the true nectar of the cosmos, which has all things. So they put us in the fishbowl. They subdued our consciousness, and then they started to cast illusions on us. And this is what's in the EP files. And when we see it clearly, we will now wake up, and they will no longer be able to cast the illusion, their shadow timeline on top of us. See what I'm saying? And this is why all things work together. This is why we have to dig into these things, whether we like it or not. You got to detach from your individual feelings, because what we're doing as we look into every person, it's bringing us closer and closer to our sovereignty and our true freedom. This is what I'm saying. And this is what I saw last night. And to be honest with you, there was part of the message that they blocked out. I start waking up and recording what I was seeing in between. But the last part of the message, oh my God, I saw the face of the person and everything, but they blocked it out. And I could not like record it on my recorder. But I'll tell you what I saw. This thing runs deep. It's a network from sea to shining sea. And speaking of sea, this network runs under tunnels in the water. This network creates worlds, not creates, but connects worlds. So it's deeper than just someone taking advantage of someone. No, 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 no. This is the entire illusion we've been living under. It not only includes what I saw, innocent babies being and and drank. It not only includes Elon need for melanin codes. This is why a lot of melanated people go missing every year. And not just that. See, source just ain't never lied. It's coming through right now. This is why they put a lot of poison out in Black communities, Hispanic communities, every impoverished communities. It's not necessarily just to get everyone jailed up to strip you from your rights, because when you're in jail, you're technically a slave. You have no rights. That's not it. It's not just about the cheap labor they get. That's not it. What Source is saying in this moment of reflection is that they do this purposefully to make you gun down your brother or your sister over the resources that are your birthright. They take your birthright away, extract everything. The birds can eat for free and live for free, but somehow human beings haven't figured that out. They take all of that away and they put you in this experiment. They put you in blocks, in center blocks, in lots. And essentially, they have you commit the dark deed. Not only does it keep you on the karmic loop and cycle, not only does it curse your bloodline and reinforce the through epigenetics, the DNA that was already unhealed. So now you're in more bondage, right? Spiritual bondage. Not only does it do that, but what it does is it allows them to get more bodies for their feasting rituals and more melanin for the neuromelanin codes that is needed to power the true AI that is coming. Source ain't never lied. Never. And this is what I saw. This is what I saw. Let me get back. Let me get back to it. It's what I saw. And so it has always been us that are in the fishbowl, swimming mindlessly, waiting for someone to drop some specks of food, and then we fight over it. And then we wait again, and then we fight over it, and we wait again, and then we fight for it. Meanwhile, they can see everything that you're doing. But because you lack spiritual astuteness and awareness, and you're so focused on the scraps and survival, you can't actually have eyes to see into the upper rims of consciousness, so you don't see what they're doing. And then you tell the other fish, why are you trying to evolve and look up? You should be focused on your next meal. When in fact, everyone's being eaten by these cast members. That's what I'm saying. In all of this, my whole body is a channel. My body is a channel. So the essence of this message is coming through perfectly, right? And that is what I saw. And not only does it have those things in there, it has hidden in there the truths that us conscious folks tried to tell you guys. It has that hidden. It has blueprints to not just other worlds, but the other half of Earth, which you don't have access to, which the environment in the other parts of Earth, such so to speak, like the other lands on the other side of Antarctica, on the other side of the ice wall, which is technically still part of Antarctica. The atmosphere is magical within itself. The atmosphere is more in alignment with our true source codes. See, we have been disconnected from our true natural environment and put into a fishbowl. And all we are is basically souls within a petri dish. And every so often, they will go ahead and introduce new genetic codes, new DNA, new things. But nevertheless, no matter how much new you get, you're still in the petri dish, in the fishbowl, and you won't get out until someone like me says, I think I can survive outside of water. I think I can survive outside of their game. I get rid of the fear of dying, and then I just see if I can make it. And well, I have. And now I'm back to tell you guys that you can make it too. Because this Charlie thing has spiritually opened this file up. It's like a can opener. He did that. His energy did that. He was getting too close. And so now we look into the hands of the ones that knew how close he was. And we're going to get to Beyonce. Bambandeata. Ninandira handire handiri taliata bona. Mishumbaranirate kananande eta handire andina. Hishambanire anlina dambanire andiganam wonere anlina. Munere lirandire shandeta karandeta hanetandi. So their Illuminati system, there's a fracture, there's a crack, there's an opening. Some members, some of these cast members have escaped. Some of them refuse to do the bidding for the Dark Lords. Beyonce's soul is one of them. but she's in too deep. So what we are experiencing with the fracture is what I said before. Two elite classes fighting, and they're turning on each other. It's like when you turn the lights on, the roaches are scattering. This is what we're experiencing. We did that. The ones of us who decided to live outside of the fishbowl, we came back, and through social media and through DNA activation and through healing, we alerted all of you guys. And now the codes are activating within you as well. But you can't be a fear. And what they do is they keep religion to tie you down, to keep you into the water so you never experience the true baptism. The true baptism, it is a submergement into the water. And when you come out cleansed and consecrated, holy, and greater things shall you do. You technically should be operating as a God, but we never do. And we have to keep repeating this process. We never get clean because the water's dirty. The water was created to be dirty because they introduced the dirt into the feed, into the codes, your DNA. So these people are scattering. And it's up to us to now all turn our lights on, our internal lamp on, to finish the job. Energetically, the files have been opened already. Anytime we have a spiritual opening, what do I always say? That's the cosmic time clock. There's a time for everything under the sun. And now is the time for truth. Now is the time to ring the alarm. Now's the time to remove their lie, because we can get free. I'm going to read something really quickly. I opened to a random page of the Cosmic Bible, and it's so on point. And this is the Bible that I channeled with Source, The Great Expansion, A Cosmic Bible for the Ages, Book 1, The Eagle Divide. So I'm going to be reading from page 119. Second paragraph, it says, the code of humanity is breaking down. The human instructions are being updated. We do a lot of our upgrades during the cusp periods, especially at the end of one age and the beginning of the next. This is what I've been saying. Every time I keep saying the new age, I'm not talking about a new age religion. I'm talking about a period of time where this energetic, huge portal opens up and we could literally walk right out. And we can literally heal whatever we want to heal. We can literally call forth things as if they were, because they are, because the energy supports it. This is what I'm saying. We do a lot of our upgrades during the cusp periods, especially at the end of an age and at the beginning of the next one. This is why it currently appears to be so chaotic on your Earth planet. Some instructions are being destroyed and some are being rejuvenated. This is why the children of today are much different. They are born with different set of instructions or DNA. In fact, every generation gets a new set of instructions because humanity is in constant state of expansion. They will need new instructions to live in the new world that is coming. So there is a new world coming, and there is a cleanse and a purge out of the old code. When I talk about code, I'm talking about what's in the DNA. So you just have to understand that this is just a confirmation of the time that we're in. If we were ever going to get free, guys, I'm telling you, as Mother of the Ages, if there was ever a time to gather the flock and head home, it is now, because the end of the age portal is open. The Exodus portal is open, right? So now I'm going to tell you, we're going to go back to the hands that are dirty. But I feel that we need to talk about Beyonce first. This was coming through so crystal clear. I saw a calendar of September 17th, and it was like in a little block, and half of the block was red. And then I heard the words clear as day, Beyonce is next. What they're doing, these elites, they're turning on each other. What we're looking at is a hit list. Charlie was on that list, set up by the very people that he looked up to. Now, this is all just alleged now, y'all. It's what Spirit is saying. They have Beyonce on that list. Now, she's been on the list for a time because for the past 3 years, I've been feeling her passing. However, something very interesting has happened recently with Beyonce. Beyonce has somehow gotten out of the spell, because remember what I said about Beyonce? Somehow Beyonce's consciousness was in a bubble, and there was an entity. It was like some sort of water spirit, not Oshun, living inside of her body, making all the decisions, doing all these things that people say Beyonce does all these dark things. It's not Beyonce. Beyonce is being withheld from operating her body through her full consciousness. It's the entity that's been doing all of these things. We need to make that clear. Here's the thing. Beyonce consciousness is waking up. I saw it. And now that she's looking at, she's feeling inside of her body for the first time in a very long time, because they keep her sedated. Drugs and alcohol, all alleged now. Pills. And she's saying, what happened here? Something doesn't feel right. She's coming back online. And because of that, she's refusing to do some of their bidding. Now, mind you, she knows too much. Too much. Too. Somebody look that up. She knows way too much. And she's coming back into her body and wanting to clean up some of these things that have happened. And of course, if she does that, if her spirit and soul does that, it will expose part of these files. That's what I'm saying. There's some of the bots that they've used as bots have gotten away. And there's some that are running and scattering, some elites. And then there are the ones that are so bold, so emboldened to keep this thing going, that they are the ones with the hit list. And it's like they're in the middle of combat, just aiming without any sort of, like, they're willing to go out like that. That's what I'm saying. And these are the people that Charlie was taken down by. They don't want this out, because not only does it shatter Hollywood, it shatters every single industry in the world, therefore shattering the reality that was casted on humanity. This is how big this thing is, and how multidimensional it truly is. And somebody's hands aren't clean. And to be honest with you, last night, I was feeling like it was Trump. Now I want to dig deeper into this, because I can't say it for sure. It's just a nudge in my spirit that I get. It's a nudge in my spirit that I get. And I think I said it without saying it yesterday, but now the words with the energy is present. Feels as if he had his hands in this passing. Allegedly now. Right? Allegedly. And now I want to feel deeper into this. Allow me some time to do that. The boards of the ship have broken. Imagine we're on Noah's Ark, right? And all those boards, the floorboards, are anchored down. Someone has been removing nails. While they were all in their fancy dinners and doing all this stuff, there's been some of us unloosening the nails. Therefore, now the ship has some leaks and it's no longer anchored and stationary. This is all of our advanced consciousness that has been slowly unscrewing those nails. Don't think you can't make a difference. We've already done it. So we have to know that. And now they're trying to divert the ship somewhere else. And so part of this, Charlie, what happened to Charlie was to try to divert the ship, the files, the reality. And I see them trying to divert the ship, but the ship is going down. There's some who are able to survive and swim to the surface. I see that. There are some that will survive this, right? But what you have to understand is energetically what's happening to their ship, to the illusions that they casted, is it appears that there's help from the higher realms, the cosmic sphere. And there is a frequency being blasted down into their ship, supporting the ones of us who have been slowly unscrewing the nails. So there is help. Help is present. And all that we need to do is to remove one lie. So what Source has been saying, there's going to be one lie that's going to be removed. And when this one lie is removed, everything will fall down. And this is the incident that totally submerges us into the new time period, which is called a new age, 2,150 years to be exact. And so we can decide right now, right here and right now, with our energy of how we're going to live the next over 2,000 years. Do we want to still live it in the fishbowl? Or do we want to actually take a higher position and now have a bird's eye view? Every person can decide that because the energies are supporting your enlightenment right now. Okay. But you won't get there in fear, and you won't get there holding on to their lie, holding on to their Israel lie. It's a place they use to siphon money from hard working people. It's all a lie. Israel is spiritual. Israel is the purification of the 12-strand DNA. These are your original source codes. The 144,000 is nothing more than that original 12-strand DNA filtered through the 12 zodiac signs, which magnify it. 12 times 12 is 144. It now becomes a magnetic frequency that is the highest caliber of the light of source. And it's a frequency code that if you lose your way within this creation, within these matrices, this 144,000 frequency source code is always broadcasting in the spiritual realm. So you can find your way. It helps you navigate your way home. That's what this is. And Source just ain't never lied. Okay? So we can decide that. We can. And now I want to take a look at the hands. I want to take a look at the hands that are not clean. Mamburuta nia. Niran shandeta karanirandia haniran bandireta. Himuruto karanirandia nirandia. Bamburutu kanireta. Landireta kriarisha nirata niranta bamburutu kanireta. Bamburutu naranireta. Lambunireta kriarisha nirambun nareleta. Lamburutu kanireta hanireta anireta anireta anireta. So Trump's energy is here and he's saying, I need more time. I need it. I need it more time. I need more time and I need it more time because things, here's what he's saying. See, here's the thing. We have been on the verge of a massive shaking, a massive crash for some time. Trump doesn't want this to come out because everything will crash. All of the elites' money will crash. Now, they'll be able to pull theirs out because they will know. They always have insider trading. But the thing is, they don't know if this thing will be leaked, and therefore they will be caught off guard. They don't like to be caught off guard. This is what Trump is saying. He's speaking. He's giving me an in to what the elites. They don't like to be caught off guard. Because even though you guys want this, you don't know what it is that you say that you truly want. How can you live in a world without commerce? What kind of world would that be? There would be too much death, too many bodies on the street, not enough people to bury them. It would pollute everything, your waters. You could not survive if we did this. So for the protection of, I'm hearing time, we have to slow things down and do things orderly. I can get with that. I feel that. My hands are tied. As much power as I exert out, this is one thing that my hands are truly tied on. I've gotten all the money and wealth that I would ever need. I think about the ones that look up to me. He gives reference to his grandchildren, but also too, he has a soft spot in his heart. And I channeled this before with him. He actually does have like a childlike heart. And I can literally feel his heart right now. There is a soft spot, no matter how hard he is. But he's saying the reason why he's so hard is for the protection of people. Because what it's keeping a lot of people at bay. So many people would have come in, countries to come in to attack us by now. Because of my sternness, because of my craziness, it's kept us alive and thriving. But America is not well. America's not whole. America's on its last legs, what he's saying. And I'm just trying to keep us afloat. Did you have something to do with what happened to Charlie? Did you have something to do with what happened to Charlie while you're trying to keep the economy afloat? He's saying, regrettably, he was one of those people who were taking up the screws in the boat. And it wasn't just like one screw. It was, I mean, it opened a massive hole for him to fill, a massive, massive hole for him to fill. That's what he's saying. We had to switch the paradigm on what is real to save our society in the latter days. Shows me something very interesting. He has two faces. One face faces forward. There's another face that's facing towards him. He's split in this, guys. The and the face that's facing forward is kind of looking down like this. It's like it's not necessarily in defeat, but it's in, how did this get so bad? And the other face is looking at him like this face here looking at him is the face of strength, is the one that can provide solace and provide a pep talk. But he himself, make no mistake about it, is defeated. His alter ego is having to pump him up. He's defeated. And he says, every man for himself. The ship is going down. Mm. I think that's the message. I'm not even sure if I can even push any further. I think he said it without saying it. Essentially, what he's saying, look, there's a lot of holes in this ship, and I'm running around trying to patch up each one. And as I'm trying to patch it up to keep us afloat so the whole world doesn't go kaboom, one of my own just takes a huge chunk out of the bottom because, in a way, Charlie's trying to be the hero, but doesn't understand the multidimensional game that it is. And so one of their own is literally causing destruction on the ship. And it was a massive infliction of what he caused. So you guys do the math on that of why, you know, of why he's no longer here. This is just what Spirit has said. It's all alleged now. It's all alleged. Okay. Mm. Yeah, guys, this is interesting. I think I feel good about the message. I think we all know what's going on. I think we know what's going on. And that every man for itself, I truly feel that that is, yeah. So what this truly means is, and I've been seeing this for a while, and I'm supposed to do some remote viewing about this. There is a huge crash coming, but there's also a massive wave. So the two elites that are fighting, they want to make sure we get the massive wave, and some want to make sure we get the massive crash. And so Trump is trying to make sure we get the massive wave where we can get some wealth in our hands before the ship completely drowns. When that happens, we now go into the new age, into the energy of the Aquarius, right? The age of Aquarius is about the inner knowing, the inner standing, the inner God, the inner baptism, the inner Christ. All of that, it's about you. It's so much about you. And we can't do that in fear, because there isn't anything to fear but fear itself. And I think that I've said it, and I'm going to leave this message right here. Subscribe to the channel, like the video. And if you want to book your own session with me and receive healing for your bloodline, just go ahead and email me instructions for number 4 humanity@gmail.com, or you can click on some of the links below. And in the chat here, someone said, I am warrior said he's a liar, a demon. He just wants to stay out of prison, desperate. And then someone says, so the 222 divine message means balance, harmony, cooperation, and trust. Yeah. So I think that I think when I was channeling Beyonce, I think when as she's coming back, her consciousness is coming back into the awareness of what's been going on in my body while they had me sedated, while I was kind of out of my body. I think she's trying to realign herself and seek some balance and harmony. But on another scale, I think that this is what they're trying to do. They want balance and harmony to put the ship back together, but it's forever fragmented because too many of us has gotten out. There's been too many of us unloosening the screws, right? So that's kind of the message, guys. But I'm going to leave it right here. I love you guys. Hi, beautiful sister Teresa, Linda, Carla, Miss Sonia, beautiful gal, Thelma, Carolyn, and everyone else who will be watching. Thank you very much. I love you so much. And we are so powerful. I am so proud of us as a whole, because we literally, without weapons, guys, even without money and access, we've been energetically tearing down the lies and the templates. And we're about to be birthed into a whole new energy, frequency, and vibration. Be well, guys. Be well as we walk together in divine